So today, Bobby and I are doing something that I've dreamt of doing. And we've had the ability to do this forever now. And that is go cruise supercars together. I know that sounds weird and crazy, but it's like every kid's dream. And then you buy the cars and they just sit. Today I have a perfect opportunity because I misordered some parts for Bobby's Evo engine build. So today we're gonna take out the Lambo, and I've been kind of daily in the NSX. So this old girl's already outside ready to rip. So Bobby's gonna be driving that, and my boy Piston and I are gonna be ripping the Lamborghini. I am very excited, man. I miss the, I guess you could say, the good old days when all the time we would just go cruise cars with like no destination in sight. Just enjoy the cars. And back then we were just cruising like Foresters and stuff, and it was the best time in the world. We never freaking do it anymore. We've had the NSX for what, like 6 months now. I've had this thing for like 3 months, and we briefly went on one cruise together, and that was it. Cold start for the boys. Which one do you want to fire first?
Which one? The Lamborghini.
Which one are you driving?
My car.
Nice hat.
Thanks.
Should have wore your Trump hat.
Not today.
So this is a cold start for the boys on a, what year is this clunk? 16?
I think so.
2016 Huracan with a full straight pipe titanium exhaust. Where's Piston?
He's eating his bully stick.
Whoa. Need some turbos on the Lambo. Man, that sounds so good. Wowza.
No, creepy smile. Go get your dog.
Piston, come!
He didn't hear you.
Piston, come! Oh, that's nice.
Oh, you couldn't see the mom.
Go to mom, not dad. Come on, let's go. Come on.
How many leashes did they need?
Good. Ready?
Yep.
So we lowered this thing recently. I don't know if you guys can tell, but it settled so much in the front. The tires actually rub quite a bit on the inner fenders, so I might have to swap to a different spring set, because it is a little bit annoying driving a car, like especially like this, and it just rubs the whole time. But she does look pretty good that low. First problem is the passenger side headlight pretty much points to the moon and the driver's side is good. Now it's been like that since I got the car. Problem number 2 is ever since I put these lowering springs on, not only does it sit really low in the front, way more than advertised, it clunks really, really bad. So I don't know if it's something I did wrong with the spring install, if I left something loose, or if the spring is just flopping around. Not really sure. I want to get it up in the air. I do plan on changing the springs anyway, but it would be nice to enjoy without this thing just clunking around like a freaking 1982 Geo Metro. Lifting this thing in the air terrifies me. The first time I lifted it up in the air on the lift, I spent like an hour trying to find the right jack points. If you've never seen the underside of a Huracan before, this is what it looks like. One completely flat thing. Pretty identical actually to the NSX. I feel like the noise is more so coming from this passenger side. So let's pop this wheel off and see if there's anything obvious that I messed up. I'm just a freaking redneck trying to work on a Huracan. I probably did something wrong. I feel like this is the problem. It's just that these springs, they're so short in the front that everything is just kind of flopping around, you know? If you get the Novatech kit, or I think it's an H&R kit, it's kind of like a coil. It turns these magnetic struts into like a coilover system, which I think that's the route I'm gonna go. It's 3 times the price, but I think it's gonna be well worth it just because I'm pretty sure this is why everything's just so clunky. That don't feel right, man. That is so loose. And there's nothing to tighten. It's just that the spring is so much shorter than the factory spring, so this should be tight based off the pressure of the spring, but being that the spring is so short, yeah, that's gotta be our problem. I thought I was doing it right the first time by putting a set of Swift springs on it. I think Swifts are more made for the JDM type of cars that I'm used to. Clearly they did not work well on the Huracan. I'll be honest, I thought I was gonna have to pull the bumper off and the inner fender out to get this headlight adjusted properly, and I don't. If you take a 6mm Allen and you go through this hole right here, that goes right down to the headlight adjustment. Now I'm gonna turn the lights off and just level the passenger side out with the driver's side. I know the driver's side's good. No idea why this one's way up in the air, but it's very, very frustrating. All right, there we go. Shop lights are off. You can see how high that passenger side is up. So let's turn this thing down. It's probably not how Lamborghini does it. They probably have some special little measurement, but that's how Devin does it. The freeway. Okay, now if we take a look at the front and we go down. Oh yeah, there we go. That's proper. Okay, let's go cruise. I want to actually truly measure this thing out just so I know how much it dropped. So factory, the front had a 3.75 inch gap from the wheel to the fender. 3.75, now it's at 2 1/4. It's supposed to be a 0.65 inch drop in the front, and it went from 375 to 225. That's 1.5 inches. So that's 1 more inch than it should have. If it would have dropped it the actual amount, it would have been perfect. 1 inch higher in the front would have been perfect. I don't know if y'all can hear those turbos. That thing has the loudest turbo spool in the world, man. It sounds so crazy. It might be 6 p.m., but Bobby and I's next mission is a coffee date. How's that sound, buddy? Sheesh. How did it look, Cruz?
So cool. We're really not that cool.
No, you look like it. Popped out and I was like, it's a girl. And then I saw the dog and I was like, hi,
Hi,
Seeker, can you have a treat?
Yes, you can. Are we okay to order here, or do we need to? Okay.
The lobby if you'd like
Oh,
to come
ho, ho,
outside.
ho.
I just not. We got a couple of customers who bring their puppies in, so
Oh.
as long as it doesn't soil the ground.
Okay. I wish I had a coffee stand like this to chill at.
You do.
Oh.
Come on, buddy. Give her a little rip. Ow. Brother. That car is so sick. It's so freaking underrated. It is bizarre. At least in my opinion, how underrated that thing is. It's half the price of this car, but it's like, granted we're not on a track to where you can actually compare the differences of the cars, but for like a daily driver, just pure enjoyment aspect, that's equal to this. So if that's what you're buying a car for, man, buy an NSX.